Hey guys, and welcome back to Maria Solves It All! Today's problem is, how do you sketch a shoe? I will also be coloring in this sketch, and all you need for this is a pencil, a piece of paper, and some colored pencils. If this video gets enough likes, I will turn it into a series, so make sure to leave a like if you want that. Without further ado, the problem solvers! So, here I have my piece of paper, I have my pencil that has somewhat of an eraser and somewhat of a sharp tip, and I'm going to be referring back to this shoe when I am making this. And on the screen now you will see a picture of the shoe that I'm going to be using in case you can't see it in this shot. But I'm looking at the shoe and I have it to the side of my workspace so I can refer back to it. Now I'm going to start by making the outline, and since this shoe, as you just saw, has a tad bit of a heel, I'm going to have to draw that in. So I'm going to just I'm going to put it down towards this end of the paper, and I'm going to draw a curvy, not perfect line down that curves in slightly, and then it picks back up out here, right there. That's the line. You can go back and darken it up a bit after you've made the line. So there is the back of the shoe. Then I need to make the bit of a heel for the shoe. So you're going to want to draw a line straight across like that. Once again, you can go back. You can darken it up by just swiping over it if you want and as needed. And then I'm going to want to take this, kind of do a bit of a curve because the shoe's at the top there, and then bend it into the heel. So this is the heel part of the shoe I just formed. Then we're going to take this, and you're going to want to make kind of a line down that kind of curves down so that it's touching even where the heel touched. So there's that. And then it kind of curves back up, but not that high. It curves up a little bit. So you're going to want to take your pencil and draw a bit of a line curving back up like that. You can start to see the outline forming the shoe. Then you're going to want to take your pencil, kind of curve it in. It's going to look it'll look like there's kind of a hole in your shoe, but then to fix that, you're going to do a part on the back to give it dimension. And then you can trace over that to make the parts stand out better. So there's that part of the shoe. And then the last part is just to connect the parts of the shoe into the flat-tipped shoe, somewhat like this. So here's a second if you need to catch up, and then we're going to start going in and adding some of the detailing and everything. So here is this if you need a minute to catch up. Okay, now we're going to move on. The first part we're going to do is the bottom heel part of the shoe, just making it look kind of worn down is what we're going to do with the colors. But for this part, we need to give it the lines and doubling and everything that shoes have, or at least that this shoe has. If you want to see it, here it is. That's the bottom part of the shoe that we're working with. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to start by putting in some faint lines because we're going to go over this and make it look worn down. So I'm just going to give it some really faint lines separating like that. That's the shoe. And then I'm going to give this part a doubling layer. So it has like a black layer and then a brown layer. Like that. You can see the black layer and then the brown layer. So I'm going to create that. Obviously not color it yet, but this line is going to be darker. So I'm going to create the darker line and two darker lines, so we know which ones are the faint lines and which ones are the lines that are going to continue through the rest of the shoe. So you can see they run down the side of the shoe. So we're going to be continuing those lines down on the shoe because they run down like that. And then just curve it into the toe at the end. You're going to want to curve it all the way up to here. Then we're going to do this line. Remember that if you're falling behind, you can always pause, and I will give breaks after doing the sections, so if you need to catch up, you can go ahead and do that. I'm going to just trace over this line to darken it up. And there's our heel, obviously with no color, but there it is. You can make sure it's connected in the back. There it is. If you need a minute to copy it down, here's what it looks like right side up, so you can know if you're getting it right so far. And now you can have a minute to catch up. Okay, we're going to move on to the next part of this, which is the little ruffle that's on the side of the shoe. So let's tip it down. So there's the ruffle on the side of the shoe. If you put the shoe right side up, that's where the ruffle is on that part. So we're going to be recreating that. And it is like right about at the end of the heel that the ruffle that the line where the ruffle goes starts. So we're going to put that in. So there's the line, and then just kind of form a little bit of a rectangle where you just draw in your lines. And we're going to make this look more like a ruffle in a minute, but just kind of giving it the first ruffle flaps. There. So there's the first ruffle flaps, and then you're going to just want to make the lines a bit more wavy, kind of go all crazy with the lines. Give it kind of a more wavy-like texture. And then kind of erase some of the original lines. You're going to want to add a faint line behind this line and just shading so it looks more like a flap. This won't be perfect, and if you are a more skilled artist than me, then you will make it look more like flaps, but for now, there is the flaps. They will get colored in, and hopefully it'll look better then. But there are the flaps. We have the bottom of the shoe done. And now we're going to do this little part up here where there's tags and like a part for the zipper and everything, and this part of the shoe. Okay, so the first thing you'll notice when you look at it from this angle is that you can see this part and the little flap from the zipper. So we're going to have to create that. So I'm going to just take a line starting from this corner and draw it around until I get to this corner, because now it looks like it goes all the way around when it doesn't. I'm actually going to just make that a bit thicker of a line so that this top part is thicker. There we go. And then just erase those. There we go. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to just draw in the flap from the zipper. So it connects kind of like that and goes down further. let's give this a bit of shading back there so you can tell that this part is lifted up. A bit more shading. And there we go. So that is the inside of the shoe. And when we use the colored pencils, I'm going to go through and add like the little stitch marks that are all across it and everything like that with the little dot dot stitch pattern thing. But this is the base of the shoe. So now I'm going to color it. You guys can color it however you want. The original shoe that this is based off of is pink all over, lighter pink on the inside, darker pink on the outside, pink for the ruffle, and then it has a black line, and then the whole heel and the bottom line is brown. So if you want to use those colors like I'm going to try and do, you are more than welcome to. If you want to come up with your own creative colors and put your own details onto this shoe, you are also more than welcome to. But here's a speed up of me decorating and coloring the shoe. Ooh, ah, Okay guys, so here is the real life shoe. And here is my sketch of the shoe. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you want to make this into a series and you want to see more videos. And subscribe if you want to support my channel and you want a face reveal when we hit 100 subscribers. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye!